What if, on your 13th birthday, you discovered you were never really human at all? The movie begins with a restless boy named Cody Griffin, a 12-year-old who has always felt different. While other kids struggle to swim, Cody glides through the water like it's part of him. He's faster, stronger, and more at home in the ocean than on land. Yet no matter how much water he drinks, his thirst never fades. His hands tingle. Sometimes his skin glimmers under the light, like scales hiding beneath the surface. One stormy night, far from the shore, a mermaid slices through the waves, clutching a baby in her arms. Her eyes are filled with sorrow and urgency. She's being hunted. Desperate, she lays the baby in a basket and places him gently near a yacht before vanishing back into the dark sea. The next morning, a young couple, Sharon and Hal Griffin, discover the crying infant adrift. Moved by compassion, they take him in and name him Cody. They have no idea that their new son carries the ocean's deepest secret. 13 years pass. Cody has grown into a bright, athletic teen who spends every spare second in the water. On the day of a local swim meet, he misses the ferry to the race, but instead of waiting, he dives straight into the open sea and swims after it. Spectators stare in disbelief as this boy races through the waves faster than the boat itself. When the competition begins, Cody pushes himself to the limit and finishes second. He doesn't care about losing. Being in the water feels right, like breathing. His girlfriend Sam cheers him on, proud of her champion. But as Cody climbs from the pool, something strange happens. The water clings to his skin longer than it should, and faint scales shimmer beneath the surface. He shakes it off, unaware that his transformation has already begun. Meanwhile, a fisherman named John Wheatley spends his days scanning the horizon, obsessed with a legend no one believes: the existence of mermaids. Years ago, he saw one. Now he's determined to prove it. His teenage son, Jess, thinks it's nonsense, until fate crosses his path with Cody's. At school, Cody struggles in class, but excels in marine biology. When the teacher pairs him with Jess Wheatley for a project, Cody's thrilled. They both share a fascination with sea life. But as they talk, Cody can't stop gulping water from the fountain. His thirst is unending. Jess stares, confused, as Cody keeps drinking and drinking. Later, Jess invites Cody to meet up for the project, but Cody laughs it off. Tomorrow's his birthday, his 13th. The next day arrives. Friends and family gather to celebrate, but when the cake is brought out, Cody's face twists. The smell of sugar makes him sick. Instead of eating, he runs inside and gulps down water straight from the sink. His mother notices but assumes he's just nervous. That night, after the laughter fades, Sharon and Hal hand Cody a book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They joke that becoming a teenager means everything's going to change. They don't realize how right they are. As Cody drifts to sleep, he dreams of the ocean and a mysterious woman with shimmering fins watching him. Outside his window, beneath the moonlit waves, that same mermaid from 13 years ago looks toward the house, toward her son. The next morning, Cody wakes to his alarm buzzing. When he reaches to turn it off, sparks of electricity burst from his fingers. The clock dies instantly. Staring at his hands, he sees something unnatural. When he grabs a milk carton, it sticks to his palm. He struggles to pull it free, terrified. Sharon enters the kitchen, worried. Cody hides his hands, pretending nothing's wrong, but deep down he knows his body is changing. Later that day at the beach, Cody confides in Jess. He admits something strange is happening to him. Jess offers to tutor him in biology if Cody teaches him to swim. As they shake hands to seal the deal, Jess gasps. Silver scales glimmer across Cody's palm before vanishing. Panicked, Cody runs home and scrubs his hands raw in the sink. The scales won't wash away. Only after a long breath do they fade on their own. What is happening to him? The next morning, Jess tries to give a scientific explanation. Maybe it's a skin condition or some rare genetic disorder. Cody isn't convinced, and he begs Jess not to tell anyone. They agree to meet later for their project. When Cody visits Jess's house, he's amazed by the shelves of ocean relics, shells, nets, and a haunting photograph of a mermaid. Jess's father, John Wheatley, appears and immediately questions Cody about strange sea creatures. Cody laughs it off, but John leans in close. "I've seen one," he whispers. "A mermaid." Cody doesn't know whether to laugh or run. That night, Cody's thirst worsens. He drinks endlessly, even during class. His classmates stare as he gulps water straight from the faucet. Later, he tells his parents something is terribly wrong. He feels electric pulses under his skin, scales appear when he's wet, and his thirst never stops. Hal wants to call a doctor, but Sharon objects. She believes medicine can't explain what's happening. Eventually, a doctor arrives anyway. After examining Cody, he dismisses it as puberty, but Cody knows better. His powers are growing. He can climb walls with sticky palms, send static shocks through metal, even make lights flicker when he's angry. Seeking answers, Cody returns to Jess, who begins experimenting. He asks Cody to focus on an aquarium fish, and to their shock, the fish responds, leaping from the water at Cody's silent command. Next, Jess hands him a light bulb. When Cody touches it, it glows bright white, powered by his own body. Over a week, they test everything, and Jess forms a theory. Cody's physiology is changing to adapt to water. He is becoming something else. Jess warns him to stay away from swimming, but Cody refuses. The state championship is coming, and he's the team's best hope. Meanwhile, Jess searches his father's workshop for clues. Among dusty books and photographs, he finds an inscription. The aquatic physiology manifests in the 13th year of life. His father confirms that old legend. When a mermaid child turns 13, the ocean calls them home. Jess realizes Cody might be that child. He compares Cody's scale under a microscope with fish scales. They match perfectly. The truth is undeniable. When Jess tells Cody, the boy refuses to believe it. People don't just turn into mermaids, he insists, but Jess shows him the proof. Cody finally admits something he's never told anyone. He's adopted. That night, he confronts his parents. "Who am I really?" he demands. Sharon and Hal confess everything. How they found him as a baby on their boat, and no one ever came forward. Desperate to understand, Cody runs to the sink and pours water over his hand. Scales flash beneath his skin. His parents stare, horrified. Now they know the impossible truth. They beg him to avoid water and skip the upcoming race. If anyone finds out, he could become an experiment. But Cody can't resist the ocean's pull. Late that night, he sneaks out and dives into the dark waves. For the first time, he breathes underwater. No struggle, no fear. He belongs here. Unknown to him, his biological mother watches from the depths, her heart breaking with pride. When Cody surfaces, his hands glisten with faint fins. Sam spots him on the beach and waves, but he hides his hands in the sand. He can't let her see. The day of the state finals arrives. Cody's parents lock his window, hoping to stop him, but nothing can keep him from the water. He slips out, heads to the pool, and dives in. The crowd roars as he speeds through the lanes like lightning. He wins easily, but when he climbs out, the sun catches his wet skin. Scales shine brightly for everyone to see. Sean Marshall, his rival, stares in shock. John Wheatley is there too, watching through binoculars. He sees everything. Cody's hands, the fins, the electric sparks. Panicking, Cody grabs the pool's metal edge. Electricity surges from his palms, blowing out the scoreboard and plunging the arena into darkness. He runs to the locker room to hide, clinging to the ceiling with sticky hands as Sean bursts in searching for him. "If you're cheating," Sean shouts, "I'll prove it." Moments later, Cody's parents arrive and rush him home. Jess follows, worried. News spreads fast that the champion vanished after winning. Sam comes to the house and faints when she sees scales on Cody's hands. Heartbroken, she calls him a fish and runs out, swearing to keep his secret. At school the next day, Sean confronts him again, accusing him of cheating. They fight until teachers break it up. Cody is ostracized. Friends gone, girlfriend gone, dreams collapsing. He walks alone to the shore at sunset. There beneath the waves, his biological mother awaits. She emerges from the sea, radiant and real. For the first time, Cody sees her face. The truth hits him hard. The dreams were memories. She's his mother. But as they share a silent moment, John Wheatley's boat lurks nearby. He watches through his lens, ecstatic to finally prove he was right. He sees Cody and the mermaid together. Startled, Cody dives away to safety. That night, he calls Sam to meet him one last time. The next day, Sam arrives at the cove. Cody stands by the shore, wet sand glistening under his feet. He explains everything: his changes, his birth, his mother. As they walk into the water, his body responds instinctively. Fins form on his arms, and he feels her presence. Moments later, the mermaid appears before them. Sam gasps in awe, but Cody suddenly collapses in pain. His legs tremble, scales spreading faster than before. He urges Sam to run and call his parents. Meanwhile, John Wheatley prepares his boat, setting up massive nets to capture the mermaid. Jess discovers his father's plan and races to warn Cody, but he arrives too late. Cody's transformation is complete. His mother wraps him in her arms as a gleaming tail replaces his legs. Just then, John's trap drops into the sea. The mermaid is caught. "Mom, it's a trap!" Cody shouts, but the net tightens. Jess, realizing his father's mistake, grabs a knife and dives in. He cuts the ropes, freeing her, but the heavy trap slips and drags him down into the depths. Seeing his son sink, John jumps in to save him, but the weight is too much. Cody, now a full merman, dives deeper, using his tail to slice through the water. He grabs Jess and pulls him to the surface. As they reach the dock, Jess isn't breathing. Cody's parents and Sam arrive, terrified. Cody places his hands on Jess's chest. Electricity crackles through the air. Once, nothing. Twice, a jolt. Jess gasps back to life. He looks at his father. "You were right, Dad. Mermaids are real." John hugs him tightly, finally letting go of his obsession. "I almost lost you chasing proof," he whispers. On the shore, the mermaid waits, Cody's mother. Sharon realizes the truth. She can't keep him here. Only his mother can help him now. Tears fill her eyes as she says goodbye. Cody turns to her, heart aching. "You'll always be my mom," he says softly. Then he dives into the ocean, his tail flashing in the sunlight. The mermaid takes his hand, and together they swim into the deep blue, vanishing beneath the waves. If you were Cody, torn between the world you love and the one you belong to, what would you choose? Tell me in the comments below. And that's the story of the 13th year, 1999, a tale of family identity and the call of the sea. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic movie stories, and ring the bell so you never miss the next legendary transformation here on Infinity Animation Recaps.